on Chick Smooth. My man Chick Smooth is in here. Chicks, I want to be on Chick Smooth shit tomorrow.
Because when it comes to not playing fair and people, wanting to hear me speak about certain shit, I do want to say for the people who watch me, because I've seen y'all tag me, I'm like, yo, well, Meek said this. Meek just did an interview recently with Complex News, and he mentioned your name. Newsflash, people, and I'm saying it exclusively on here, Akademiks and Meek Mill are not at odds. We have gotten to a place where there's a truce. I'm going to explain, but it's important that I say this because I know other people are going to ask me about it later, and I'm just not a capper. I can't, whatever. Me and Meek, we had a private conversation. It was facilitated by 21 Savage. 21's my guy for that. We talked, we came to an understanding. The nature and the actual back and forth of that conversation isn't as important as what is the end result. 21 Savage is my man's. He's Meek's man's. He put himself, his reputation, his respect level, his friendships for both of us on the line and say, let me get y'all on the phone. Out of respect for me, talk. I'm going to be here. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. The conversation overall went positive. Of course, we sorted out certain things, blah, 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 blah. It's neither, I didn't even really want to say that we had this conversation, but I know if later on I get asked on interviews yo, wait, blah, blah, you're not going to hear me say certain things. And we have a truce, a ceasefire, whatever you might call it. I want to make it very clear to anybody who's watching this. Meek ain't cop no pleas, and y'all know I ain't cop no pleas either. But it was one of those situations that it was important for us to try to move on without being combative because it doesn't help both of us. It really doesn't. And for some of y'all might be like, well, act like, yo, we know you for this type of stuff. I'm not trying to build a career on having issues with artists. The issues that with me and Meek, I've documented and said on social media, I felt a way about, I felt there was lack of respect there. And also, I felt there was some threats there. And by the way, on Meek's side, he probably thought, yo, Act, I feel like you have, whether it was currently or before, you were in collusion with other people trying to take me down. And again, we had to have that conversation. I respect the conversation so much, and I also respect what 21 Savage did. That's why I won't bring, the full nature of the conversation to light, but I will let y'all know, the agreement is that I'm not going to be out here continually going at him, picking on him, and not that that's what I was doing at all initially, but we're leaving each other alone. We're leaving each other alone with the understanding that, hey, maybe at a point we could get together and have that face-to-face conversation. We could get together and, realize and learn a little bit more about each other where we could start building. And it don't got to be ever as friends, but it could be just be on a productive level. Y'all have seen me on Clubhouse talk about respect, this and third, and I was like, y'all have heard me say, I was like, yo, I don't want to sit down with me because I don't think you respect me. We handled those issues. We talked about it. Everything that I was concerned about or everything that I was bothered about, I got an answer for. And I do believe everything that he was concerned about or whatever, he got an answer for. I really want to put this out and clarify. The conversation we had, facilitated by 21 Savage, was nothing on no sucker shit, especially for Meek. Not no sucker shit for me. It was one of those things as men that, truth be told, I'm a little bit saddened that we didn't have that conversation before and earlier, just off the fact that, dog, and I know y'all was like, yo, you about to quote Drake. I mean, yeah, it's like, yo, if y'all ain't about to dead the beef, somebody might end up dead. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it was that type of situation, but situations with me and Meek was continually escalating. And this is why I respect 21 so much, because I think he realized, a good friend to both parties is going to realize if you don't do anything, it's going to get to a point where you now have to be a part of it, because it's not only about picking sides, but it's about, anybody who with that nigga might have an issue. So again, I say all that to say, 21, thank you for everything you've done to make that happen, because there's been a lot of people that have known me and Meek and we ain't never get on the phone. That's a fact. And me and him, we got on the phone. We had a good conversation. And the reason why and by the way, for anybody who takes this out of context, there was no plea cop. I don't want nobody to be like, no, Meek is Meek Mill. He was solid. Y'all know me. I'm Akademiks. I'm not no street dude, but y'all know I want to stand on my platform, my principles. And we talked as men and we try to figure something out to be like, yo, we're not trying to continually bump heads and cause problems and escalate something that really isn't about anything. So for the people who are watching this, if you're wondering what could happen, yeah, doesn't mean I'll never talk about Meek Mill. But I admitted, and I even said to Meek, I said, I ain't gonna lie, when your album came out that week, yeah, I was definitely turned up because of the situation we had. You won't catch me, and this is, and I think it's both ways. You won't catch Meek threatening me no more. This is what I took from it. You won't catch Meek threatening me no more, talking a certain type of way to me no more. You won't catch me like trying to, just say something about, him, his career or whatever, his, persona. We have de-escalated it. And by the way, it's at the point now that, if it was ever a situation, hopefully, and, that was the last thing we said before we got off the phone, call me. Because at the end of the day, we both black men. We making a lot of money off this shit. And you never wanted to get to a point where it's now fucking up everything for everyone. Now, truth be told, if I don't like a Meek record, I'm not going to come on here and be like, oh, I can't. No, I could be honest. But, we're not carrying out these campaigns against each other. Like, I felt Meek was carrying out a campaign like, yo, let's get rid of Akademiks. And then, likewise, I said, all right, cool. So if you think that's going to work, I'm going to carry out a campaign letting people know about the state of your music, this and third, and sales and whatever. You know what I mean? So we're not at that no more. And I hope everybody respects it. Again, I respect it, and I respect 21 Savage. And I'm glad me and Meek had that conversation. So I think that was dope. Anyway,